Hello, everyone. Chuck Northside Guy. Today, sharing April 2021 vintage pickups. I have been an active bidder in dozens, it feels like, auctions for cards in various parts of my collection I'm trying to build out. Market is really strong. Pricing continues to be really strong in areas that I have as investing focus. Last night was the conclusion of the REA spring auction. Pricing was very strong. I was watching with great interest a number of items. One I'll talk about is the 1933 Gaudi SGC 6 Benny Bengao. Benny Bengao is card number one in the 1933 Gaudi. And obviously we all know that bookend cards, particularly from vintage era, were banged up with rubber bands, flipping, heavy use, being carried around in back pockets, etc. And in SGC 5.5 and above, there's two SGC 5.5s, and then there's just 5 graded higher. Well, one of those graded higher was SGC 6. It sold for $14,000. And I just purchased my SGC 5.5 last year for about $900. So I continue to see pricing just escalate beyond what I think is, I clearly need to reset my expectation level. What I'm also noticing is, as it relates to pricing, is that cards that are already in my collection are now pricing into vault cards. So that Benny Bengao card that I purchased for $900, granted it's not a 6, so certainly not $14,000. Could be someday, but certainly beyond the price that I'm comfortable keeping at home in my home collection. So that and other cards are going down to the vault. So I don't know if any of you have taken an inventory of cards you own, and given recent strong pricing, the prudent thing may be to get them in a vault because some of these cards are becoming, I hate this word, assets, but they really are getting pricey, and I think the prudent thing is to keep my higher price cards in a bank vault. Curious what others think. Well, let me get down to it. I am glad to share with you 3 cards. First up is just a wonderfully centered, beautiful registration. Let me bring it closer to the camera. Example of Lou Ritter. It's just a Piedmont 350. It's nothing super special, aside from the characteristics of this example, which are, of course, beautiful. I just got bored one day, saw it, and swooped in and got it at a really great price. And anytime you can add a PSA 6 T206 that is so beautifully centered, I think I'm definitely going to do that. By the way, for any that are interested, I did speak with Chris Ivey at Heritage, and he mentioned that there's going to be another chapter in the David Hall collection, another auction coming out this summer. July is what they're aiming for, so stay tuned. Lots of goodies there. Next up, in a PSA 7, it's just a card I find just beautiful. It's a Mickey Mantle All-Star from the 1958 Topps collection series. Just love the color. Let's face it, it's always a good day when you can add Mickey Mantle to your collection. Love the centering on that as well. And then finally, and a shout out here goes in particular to George Diamond Yard Sports Cards, who's been guiding me through, sometimes talking me off the ledge with regards to the excessive pricing on these Jackies. The 1956 Jackie Robinson. I had this in my watch list for years, watching it as a PSA 8, $1,200, and that's a distant memory now. I really think cards like Jackie, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb, some of these major iconic players in our hobby and in the sport, and frankly in our history, there has been a real significant reset of pricing. That's a blinding glimpse of the obvious. But I don't think these are prices that are going to be necessarily a bubble. I think there's a reset, and yes, there might be some softening from that reset basis. But I don't think we're going to see prices that we just saw as recent as first quarter of 2020. And so part of my kind of evolution as a collector is getting used to that, trying to be even more selective to get the gems that I really, really want. I'm trying to follow a fewer but better mantra. That's how I want to collect and build my hobby. And I just love this card. Again, it's a wonderfully centered example. It happens to be in a PSA 6.5. Thrilled to have this copy. It joins my 54 and 55 Topps Jackie Robinsons. And I'm just going to continue to try to pick up more. And I know that that's going to involve some greater financial commitment. But I just think, these cards are just absolutely wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed. That's all I have to share with you today. And have a few auctions I have in mind. Heritage has some really exciting auctions coming up again. And hopefully I'll have some new acquisitions to share with you in the weeks to come. Take care, everyone.